Market Day Report. We're glad you're with us as we race toward the finish line. I want to start with the market that's really gained quite a bit of ground over the past couple of sessions. What market is it? Bitcoin. Yeah, look at this. 91,540. We're off of the day's high, but wow, we were just trading down in that 85,000 range just, 3 trading sessions ago? Now, the market has been moving higher 5 of the last 6 sessions, and some analysts believe we're moving into Bitcoin as a safe haven, if you will. Another market that's been hitting record territory here has been the gold market. And the gold market up 30.4% year to date. We're off of the highs. Been as high as 34.85 earlier in the session, and now down in the red on the gold market, and then over to silver, and it is moving higher. Okay, now that we have those out of the way, let's go to the row crops. The different kind of gold, corn, December 457.5. That's trading 7 cents lower here on the session. I guess I'm a little surprised, in part because Vice President Vance earlier today in India making a suggestion to Prime Minister Modi to open up the market for U.S. ethanol. That was his first suggestion, but we're not seeing much movement right now in the corn market. All right, over to soybeans. Soybeans are higher here at 10.28, trading 2 1/4 cents higher. Soy meal has been under pressure and remains in the red, while soy oil has been trying to move higher today, building on that 20.5% year-to-date gain, but all contracts are in the red. Now to the wheat market. Let's start with July Chicago. 550, it's down 2 1/4. Hard red, July contract down a nickel at 558 3/4. Spring wheat, December is 3 1/2 lower at 643. Cotton market is higher, up 43, 68.73. All right, let's go to Chicago. Zaner Ag Hedges, Ted Seifried. Okay, Ted, what are you watching?
Yeah, I don't know. Make it make sense, Tony. Yeah, it just really still feels like holiday trade. It feels kind of slow and choppy. But I mean, look, equities down sharply yesterday. Big turnaround Tuesday today. I think we're doing the turnaround Tuesday for soybeans as well. Bouncing off some key support there. But look, both meal and oil are lower. Not sure why we're killing crush margins today that were already not that great. I don't know. I guess the argument there, Tony, is that with all the pressure that we've seen on the U.S. dollar recently, that maybe we extend our export window to countries other than China. Maybe we see some export sales happening, either flash sales or a bigger daily sales number. That's really all I got here today for you, Tony. And I agree. You know, I kind of thought corn could be higher on J.D. Vance's conversations with Modi. But we're not. To me, I'm looking at that as, hey, look, we're off to a pretty good start in planting. You know, we went from being a little bit behind the 5-year average to now being above it. And, you know, for the most part, the forecast looks good. Yeah, it's going to get a little wet and sloppy, or it has gotten a little wet and sloppy on the eastern side of the belt. But it doesn't look like any major long-term planting delays as of yet. So, yeah, I guess that's maybe where the pressure is coming from. And for the fact that we had been just consolidating in corn for 5 or 6 trading sessions, and we needed to try something. So here we are. But we'll see where we go tomorrow. I mean, who knows what the stock market's going to do. You talked about flight to safety, flight to quality. Some days corn gets it. Some days corn doesn't. It's not doing it today. So, yeah, we'll see where we go from here.
It's almost like being in one of those ball pits, you know, when you were a kid, the Chuck E. Cheese balls, you know. You just never know what else is in there or who's in there. It's kind of how we might describe today's market. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk livestock futures next. Market Day Report continues in a moment. So we look at the live cattle market. You know, we've seen some pretty good gains out of the protein sector, up 8.2% year to date, and we're trading higher as we approach the close. Live cattle futures, front month April, 211.52, $1.75 higher, 242 higher on the June at 206.17. Feeders have been up 9.9% year to date. We're seeing a 207 gain on the September, 290.07, $1.95 higher on the August. And then hogs. Hogs will make it 9 sessions in a row higher today. June up 190, 99.95. I feel like I'm doing the election returns and projecting a winner here with the hogs. Ted Seifried's with Zaner Ag Hedge. All right, is it too soon to call a win for hogs?
You know, why not feeder cattle, Tony? After yesterday's down day coming from that placements number on the cattle on feed report that we saw Thursday afternoon, and we had to wait all weekend to trade, we turned around and took it back, right? And a lot of that is tied into the strength in the stock market here today. We continue to be concerned on days like yesterday, where we have bigger down days in the equities, that at some point, consumers are going to change their mind about spending high prices for beef at the butcher's counter. But we haven't really seen any significant evidence of that, right? So when you have stocks come roaring back, then, hey, so do feeder cattle. And even with, I'm going to say, a little bit bearish placement number that we had last Thursday. So, yeah, I'm going to say it is too close to call. Maybe it's a bit of a tie between the cattle complex and the hogs. But look, when you have equities flying and everybody's feeling risk on and happy and warm and fuzzy again, your protein sector is going to do better. And that's just, that's what we're seeing.